One of the things that people are doing in terms of structuring their portfolio, given the amount of debt that's been taken on, is people have been buying up cryptocurrencies, maybe not in the last week or two, but clearly over the past several months. I have seen you take to Twitter and call this everything from a failed currency to an open Ponzi scheme.
It is. It has characteristics of an open Ponzi. In other words, everybody knows it's a Ponzi. Basically, there's no connection between inflation and Bitcoin. None. Okay? I mean, you can have hyperinflation and Bitcoin going to zero. There's no link between them. It's a beautifully set up cryptographic system. It's well made, but there's absolutely no reason it should be linked to anything economic. If you want to hedge against inflation, buy a piece of land, grow, I don't know, olives on it. You'll have olive oil. If the price collapses, you'll have something. But for Bitcoin, there's no connection. And of course, the best strategy for an investor is to own things that produce yields in the future. In other words, you can fall back on real dollars coming out of the company, plus with tail risk hedge. There's no other alternative. And these gimmicks, of course, you have Bitcoin today, you may have another one tomorrow. They come and go, and there's no systematic link between them and the claims they made. I thought that Bitcoin initially was going to be a currency in the sense that something you transact with. It proved to be too volatile and it turned into a speculative tool. It's incompatible with the original aim to replace the dollar. You don't replace a currency with something that's so volatile that you can't really commit to a transaction in it.
But what about the view that it's an asset, that it's a commodity, it's a digital gold? I ask, by the way, because I've been skeptical virtually the entire time as well, and yet, I look at the screen, you can look at the screen, and we can both say, at least at the moment, we've been quite wrong.
No, there's a difference between a currency, and a currency commands price stability. That's what the Federal Reserve's mission is. It's not, it's price stability, not an appreciation of the dollar, and something that rises in price. I was fooled by it initially. I thought it was going to be a currency. Something that moved 5% a day, 20% in a month, up or down, cannot be a currency. So it's something else. It's like tulips. They can rise. So, Bitcoin go to millions.
But the question is, let's say it's something else. Let's say it's not a currency. And maybe it isn't a currency. But the question is, does it have value? I think you bought into it originally and actually sold out, right?
Yeah, of course. When I realized, I bought into it thinking, not willing to have capital appreciation so much as wanting to have an alternative to the fiat currency issued by central banks, a currency without a government. Then I realized it was not a currency without a government. It was just pure speculation. It's just like a game. Nothing. Nothing else. You can create another game and call it a currency.
And you don't think there's ever is there ever a point, though, at which it could reach such mass adoption and could actually get to some level of stability that you think it could be used as a currency, as you see the adoption of the Venmos and PayPals and other wallets and maybe a much more sort of global usage, that dynamic would change? That's the argument that's made on the currency side of it.
Okay, so the fact that someone accepts Bitcoin as form of payment is very different from treating it as a currency. You have to commit to a fixed price in Bitcoin. So in other words, I have a contract with you. I'm renting your apartment. I'm paying you in Bitcoin, okay? And you take the Bitcoin risk, okay? And I haven't seen transactions. There may be some I'm not aware of where the price is fixed in Bitcoin, not in dollars, translated into Bitcoin. Right. So, and if you want to wire money, there are more effective ways to do so. And if you want to use a currency, use Apple stock. That's a currency. Okay, you can convert it and pay with Apple stock, and probably will be much less volatile than Bitcoin.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.